Stories are hilarious but futile attempts at coupling. My name is Osadmebi, and every week I will tell you a short story written by a Nigerian writer or author. That's the long and short of it. So without much ado, this week's story is by Peace Akpan, and it's titled Tinder Men. 911, what's your emergency? There is a man seated across from me. He just swallowed a ball of eba about the size of my fist. The moment I swiped right on his Tinder, I felt that usual flicker of hope that meant jackpot. This was the one. My mother would finally stop pestering me and sending those prayer points on WhatsApp every morning. My village people too, they would stop running their mouths when I pass. Single at 35. Did she run away from convent? Look at her. No one wants to marry her. But she's beautiful now and educated, and she has a job. Why doesn't she have a husband? That one. She has chased all her suitors away with her bad character. Now, hear my own side of the story. For no apparent reason, I actually enjoyed being single. After all, not many of these relationship people were smiling. You know this stereotype of women having to get married before they clocked 30? Do me a favor. Help me and look at the letter between D and G on your keyboard. Go ahead, look. I will wait. Can you see it? Yes, that letter. I don't give it. So, why then do I waste my time going on dates? My mother. Good morning, Mama. Morning. Nene, have you found a husband? Guys, I tried. I really did. I put myself out there. But there was always something wrong. I met the supposed LOML in my final year in Unilag. I'm a lecturer. We dated for 2 years, and I was almost too sure we were going to tie the knot. I once overheard him ask his guys the perfect proposal spot in Lagos. But I did not stick around to find out the spot he settled on. I decided there would be no knot to tie the day he mistakenly slapped me. Slap me, ke. After that, I gave the whole dating thing a break, and when I returned to Tinder. My first Tinder date had mental issues. First date, oh, and you are already saying, my wife will not work, oh. She will sit at home and take care of our children, while I do the working. Women belong in the kitchen. Don't you think so? Sure. Who will even marry this one? Asha decided to chest the useless talk because the isiebo we were eating was too good to walk out on. So I persevered, tuning out his antiquated monologues about relationships and marriage as best as I could. My isiebo was just about finished when the mention of my name caused me to stop mentally picking out my outfit for work the next day. Nene, you know one thing I have learned. Women will always bill you, whether you are broke or you are at your lowest. If you don't give them now, you become the bad person. I hope you are not like that, Nene, because you look like a materialistic girl to me. I paused. Then I signaled to the waitress to come with the bill. After paying for my food, his food, and take away for the fool, I got up and disappeared into the night. As soon as I got home, I blocked the low-budget Andrew Tate everywhere. Do you know me? In less than 3 weeks, I was back at the same restaurant. This time, with another man who looked like he had just survived World War II. But that was not the problem. I mentioned that I am a programmer, right? He said, between gulps of chilled Smirnoff ice. Yeah, you said that like 5 times. I'm also into real estate and forex. Okay, sir. I have about 3 plots of land in Lekki, but I want to use them for commercial purposes. Oh, really? That's great. That's amazing. And I have a few properties outside Nigeria too. All my houses overseas are solely for commercial purposes, though. I'm a businessman, you know. Oh, did I mention that I travel a lot? Yes, 7 times. So, what do you do? Me? Oh, I defend people in court. Hey! Diba! He said, a little too loudly, attracting stares from other customers. I quickly shoveled another fork of pasta into my mouth. Ha! You will defend me when somebody wants to fight for my property. It is a good profession, but you know it's not hot cake here in Nigeria. Hope you are not Jajambelo, he said, and cracked up at his own joke. I kept quiet. Abi, is there something you're doing as a side hustle? He asked, and peered at me suggestively. That was the last I ever heard of him. But I kept at it. They say 3rd time's a charm. Not be so. As I was saying, As I looked at the man sitting across from me, I realized I was going to die single at the age of 70 with my 3 cats. My mother would have to give birth to another child who will give her grandchildren because I cannot deal with these. When we first got to this eatery, he ordered eba and egusi, which was fine. I ordered the same. Next thing, hey, waiter, extra eba. But wait, how did he swallow all that food under 3 minutes? I looked at my belly-touched food. The waiter arrived with a tray of extra eba. And then the shock began to escalate. Waiter, this eba is small, oh. Add another one. Then my soup has finished. When you are topping it up, add more shaki and pomo. No cause for alarm, I told myself. Maybe he had not eaten since morning. Then, when you finish, prepare 1 pot of kebab. Take away, sir, the waiter asked, confused. No. You bring it. The blood of Jesus. The waiter turned around to leave. Be fast, though. I'm very hungry. Then he returned to his food. At this point, ladies and gentlemen, I had lost my appetite. I mean, I'd seen gluttony before, but this was a discovery. I didn't even realize I was staring as he cut into the next ball of eba. It was the size of my fist. Then he rolled it in his palm, threw it midway in the air and cut it again. I could have sworn he was going to reduce the size. You cannot finish your own? He asked, gesturing to my plate. That was when I snapped out of it. Did blood really swallow that eba? I was too concerned about what he had just swallowed that I didn't even notice how much he was sweating. Neither had I seen his shirt stuck to his body and mucus running down his nose. I do not remember what happened next. But few minutes later, I was hailing a cab home. Peace Akpan is a writer who resides in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State, and she is a student at the University of Uyo. You can read more of her stories on Medium and on Substack at Peace Akpan, and connect with her on Instagram at peace_AK, on X at thepeace_AK, and on LinkedIn at Peace Akpan. Details and links will be in the episode description. If you've got a story you would like to be featured on this podcast, or a published book you want to make into an audiobook, send an email to info@osadumebi.com, or send me a message at Osadumebi on either Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or X. I look forward to collaborating with you. And if you've enjoyed this week's episode, please subscribe, leave a review, and tell someone, everyone, that stories are a good escape for a few minutes each week.